Hey, Eli here. Today I've got some seat covers for you from Coverado. They sent these out to me in exchange for a little video about them. And so I'm pretty excited because I actually was shopping for seat covers. I just didn't know what to buy and it made it easy for me. So these are for a 2014 1794 edition Toyota Tundra Crewmax. And today we're going to open them up, check them out, and install them. I have not looked at any instructions and I'm going to try not to. Just kidding. Definitely gonna look at the instructions because time is of the essence. So let me open these up, see how they look. Ooh, these do look nice. All right, wow, goodness. Yeah, looks like we got two fronts here nested in each other. And then I'm assuming this is the back seats. And go through, see if there are any instructions or not. Wow, there's a lot here. A lot of stuff. Sorry, Coverado, didn't mean to drop that. Okay, cool. We do have instructions. All right, and it looks like some attachment points. So let's check it out, see what we got here. All right, you take the seat, you put it on there. You attach these little thingies. There, you shove them through, it looks like. And then, looks like somehow they attach on the back. This is 10 times better than IKEA, I tell you. So, the back ones are the only ones that I'm going to be concerned about because the back ones are very unique. Alright, just putting all this to memory. This looks pretty simple. So, alright, let's open it up. Go up front and just tell you a little bit about this truck before we get into it. I bought this truck from an older gentleman's wife he bought this truck in 2014. I guess 13, and he circled everything in the catalog. It was his dream truck, and so he wasn't able to drive anymore, unfortunately. And I was in Chicago. This popped up on Craigslist, and I flew home, and I had an alert set. Went out, bought it the next day, and it's a truck that I definitely am going to have for a long time. Bought it with 80,000 miles. I'm pushing like 111 right now, 111,000. But yeah, it's going to be awesome. But right here, you can see the only things on these trucks that usually has an issue is where the driver gets in and out. This is my 5th Tundra or Sequoia, and all of my trucks or Sequoias have torn here. This is the first set of leather seats that I've had. And so usually on the cloth ones, this just is spewing out foam, and I think the leather is containing it, but you can see where it's starting to wear, and generally I had to put seat covers on anyway, and so I kind of want to get ahead of the game. I know these seats are beautiful, but they do scratch very easily. My fingernails are always scratching them, and I do have a kid, and if you check out this back seat, it's huge, and she's good at destroying it, but you know, that's what kids do. So it'd be nice to get this covered, and you know, I will sell this again someday in the future, hopefully in another 100,000 to 200,000 miles. But when I do, I want to be able to make my profits back or a little bit of money back on it and sell something that isn't destroyed. All right, so let's go grab a seat cover and see if we can pull this off. This looks like a front seat here. So let's take this up front, see how we do. First things first, gonna pull the headrest out. All right, so we've got an airbag on this side, so that makes sense. I don't know if it says it on both. It says it on both, so it looks like it could go either way. Yeah, from what I can tell. Doesn't say anything here. Just some branding. Okay. All right, let's slip this thing on. I'm gonna actually bring it forward a little bit. It's like almost like a glove. Back here. What is cool in the back here is there is a pocket, which is great. Actually, I think I'm gonna have to go back instead of forward because I'm hitting the center console. Isn't this fun? We're learning together. Okay, as far back as we go. Even without instructions. What you got? My pants falling down? Yeah. All right, so you get these two sets of attachment devices. You get these little hooks. Set those here. And you get these guys. Looks like these guys will go. Let's check the diagram. Looks like they go like that. Yep, yeah, so wrap them through there, just like that. We've got 3 up here in the front. And then these we're going to shove straight through. It's like losing quarters. All right. Okay, so that goes through the seats there. Okay, so what we figured out here is we just shove in these here. They go inside in the crevice there, crevasse, where all your coins and whatnot go and get lost. And then what you can do is you come in down here on the bottom and you'll pull them through and make sure that this right here is secured down below. You can't see right now because I have this here. I can just feel with my hand right there that they've gone through and then anchored themselves in there. So they're in there. This one here, I'm not exactly sure where it's supposed to go. There is a little bungee down here. So I'm able to like come up under and attach it under here. This is going to vary per vehicle for sure. But we're going to find that it will get secure right under here. So there's a little catch here where I guess coins would come down or whatever falls through and gets caught and then goes that way. So that's got that nice and secure right there. So I'm going to do it on this side too. And there are no full directions on this part, so I'm just kind of winging it, but I think this is right. Okay, cool. All right, so you get a pocket in the back, which is great. What happens with this seat over here is my kid kicks it all the time and gets it dirty, so it'll keep them clean. Well, my original seat's clean and these ones will get dirty. So, all right, next step will be the base. All right, so it looks like we've got a front seat here, got the same texturing inside, and we'll put that in. So what we're going to do is we're going to take these two here, and these are going to wrap around through the seat here, I think, somehow. Yeah, I think I can get them through there. All right, let's lean this all the way back. Okay. All right, and then in theory, these two hooks are going to go in the front. So we'll hook these through here. See, there's a little notch. They can go through. Okay. Hooks right there. And then I'm assuming you want to make sure you put the hooks pointed down. I'm guessing. Hopefully I'm right. There's just enough gap to get those through there. All right, there we go. Cool. All right, so these are going to wrap up right over here. We'll do these. So the hard part is going to be getting this piece through here, which might not be too difficult. I'm trying to do is stay on the other side of my anchors. There we go. All right, so if you got a Tundra, just follow this line right here, down, shove it through. We'll get the other side. Back there, it's a little easier. Okay, all right, see how we did. Ideally, these are popping out the other side. Yep, we did it. All right, we'll reach around, grab the other half, and we're gonna clip these two together right here. Okay. And then on the other side, I'm going to go around. So I found it's a little easier. Put one hand in here and fish to the other because this gap is very tight. All right. There we go. And we're through. Fortunately, these are very elastic and stretchy, so that gives you a lot of leeway to get it clipped before it bounces back. All right, there we go. And hopefully, these work on both sides. I didn't do all that for nothing, but I think we're looking good. Okay, then we're gonna take these little danglies here, and we're gonna reach under and just find a good attachment point. Oh, okay. Actually on the side here, I don't know if you can get in here, there's a little piece of metal railing right here that is gonna see if it moves with the chair. Yeah, it moves with the chair, so we're not gonna stretch that out. Cool. Okay. All right, there we go. Now for the headrest. All right, so now we got the headrest. So I'm assuming this is the back. We want it to come under and Velcro in the back. That's my best guess. Let's look at the directions. All right, cool. For the headrest, it appears we can do whatever we want. I'm thinking that this part goes through, and that would be the front. And the front of my headrest goes that way. All right, it is tight. Ugh. Might be easier just to put it back on and then put it on. Yeah, so recommended to put your headrest back on and then pull it down and then remove your headrest. Just enough. There we go. Just enough to get that Velcro through. So we're going to tuck it and just take it off. All right, so the Velcro is going to go through here. Tuck that nice and tight. Pull this back over. We are ready to rock. There we go. All right. We have one completed seat. I won't bore you with the driver's side or passenger side, so we'll go straight over to the back seat. Feels great. Nice and secure. Yeah, dig it. Yeah, nice and cozy. And from what I understand, these are still breathable. They do have air conditioned and heated seats. So let's jump in and start putting this puzzle together in the back. See what kind of info we got for the back seats. All right, so it looks like the back seats are a little different. Cool. So it looks like we're going to use clips for the back seats. So we can see this is the smaller, or this is the larger of the back seats. So let's come back here. Slip that on there. All right, so we're just going to put the two clips together, and then on the side we have the strap, and that's going to go between one of the clips. So what we're going to do is we're going to release it, make it nice and easy to shove these down in there. Bring it up, and then this one's pretty basic, pretty easy. This thing goes down the bottom. This comes through here. Oh, that's my grip. Comes through here and attaches here. So very basic, very easy. Those together. Get this one started. All right. I guess you could crisscross these if you wanted, but I don't think it's necessary. I don't think, yeah, so it looks pretty good. And next, you want to check something here. Yep, it looks like if you wanted it a little tighter, you could come to the second strap, because that's not super tight, but it's tight enough. So closing it down. There we go. Looks good. All right, so this is a backrest, so let's do this. Okay, so this is where things are going to get tricky in my mind. On the back here, up top, these do not move. So let's see what they got going on for us. Oops. Okay, for the back seat, we have little clips here. So these are going to go on here, like so. These back seats don't move. Like they don't come down. So we're gonna, what I think they've done is they've allowed us to attach on the headrest. So bring the headrest over like this. It's very awkward. Should roll down my back window. Yeah, let's do that. All right, so for the back seat, we put on the clips down here. We've got this piece here. And then we're gonna go around the headrest with this. I've rolled down my back window. So hopefully if you have a Toyota, that's an option, because these seats do not move down. So we're gonna come up over the headrest. Like this. And attach just like this in the back, little clip. Put the headrest back down, and then these will get shoved in here to never be seen again. Maybe by another owner, who knows? Hopefully they can watch this video and figure out how to get these seat covers up. All right, shoving that through there until we've got it anchored. So, just discovered, didn't know this about the truck, you can reach behind and pull them through. Depending on your arm length and how skinny they are. My arms are relatively thin, but long. All right, cool. So let's grab some more pieces and start throwing this together. Okay, this is all starting to make sense now. What we've got here, so we've got Velcro, okay, there. And then we've got Velcro here. So we've got a centerpiece that I can now see is gonna go right here. So I think what's gonna happen is this will be unusable. So that's going to upset my daughter. So we might not keep this part here, but it is easy to remove. So it looks like this would go right here. You'd attach the Velcro right there, about there. And then you put on the next one. Like so. And then you have a headrest that goes around this one right here. Same method, clips in the back. Okay. And then we're going to put in our little clips. Right here. It's secure. All right, wait right here. I'm going to go grab another piece. All right, this is probably the easiest one to do. We can see we've got the edge right here, so this one comes onto this side. I'm going to shove this through here. Oh, that's what I didn't know. I don't know if it's going to reach. Maybe I did that the wrong direction. I don't know, we'll figure it out. Pull these through. Attach right there. Pull this in here. That side tension. Attach right there. Cool. And this Velcro's on here to give like a nice seal. So when my kid drops Cheerios or whatever, it will go that way. And then go down here, and then I can clean it up from on the bottom. But it won't get on my seats. All right, while we're here, let's throw this headrest on. And might as well just do the full process. See if there's any extra parts that I missed. Okay. Nice and tight. There we go. Up in there. Okay. We'll remove this. And go see what parts we have left. All right, we'll start with the bottom one this time for fun. Set this in the back seat for now. All right, from what I can tell so far, we've got some spare parts, which is great. So you find that you lose a couple, you're going to be all right. All right, cool. All I can say is I'm glad I'm not a modern day mechanic, because the tolerances on these vehicles are tight. Yeah. All right, so next up, we've got the last piece of the puzzle. It's going to be the other seat cover. Got the seat leaned back, which I think is the easiest way. And just pull it on nice and tight. And these things are snug, which is great. I'm sure they're just going to form better over time. Okay, and we're going to put on our 3 clips in the front. And right through there. Awesome, looks good. Got all the pieces on. And, oh, I see. I can just pull that over a little bit. Pull that one this way a little bit. So attached right there. I think this is actually going to come off because my kid's going to want to use the center console, but I'll probably just throw it right under here as an extra protector for her and her messy car seat. But yeah, looking good. And looks like left over we have 2 spare clips here and a bunch of these, I guess. So hopefully I didn't miss anything, and those are just extra parts. So cool. Can you do like a really cool sweep in and out of these?